So I said, yeah, alright, I'm gonna listen, alright. And she said, yeah, please, cause this is something I need. It sure ain't rocket science, or maybe not be too deep, but every time that you're with me, feels so good. Yeah, come on, feels so good.
I think my mic was muted. What's up, y'all? What's going on out there? How y'all doing? It's your boy Rob, man, and it's another episode of Sparking Conversation, y'all. So thankful for everybody that be checking us out on the regular. You know what? I'm gonna say this, yo. A lot of times when I open up the show, I know I always say thank you and stuff like that to all the people that support the show, whether it's the audio version or whether it's the playbacks or the people that jump on live, and the people that, in comments and all that other shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. But today I want to say, to all the people that's doing anything, like I don't care what it is. If it's something that you feel passionate about and it's something you want to put out there, whether it's your own business or, your own show, your own, whatever it is, a vision, whatever that is, man, I would say to anybody out there, man, like, listen, regardless if anybody or whether it looks like anybody is supporting you or not, man, really just hone in on whatever that thing is and do it, y'all. Like, I just want to be completely honest with anybody out there that's contemplating or who hasn't jumped out the window yet on something that they feel very, very passionate about, something that they may have thought about a long time ago, but they never really took the time to do it. Now is the time more than any for you to really take that into consideration when it comes to your life. I know a lot of people get consumed on the way life is, family, your job, bills, personal issues, just things in general, traffic. Some people get upset at traffic, like where's wrong? Like sometimes the traffic can mess a whole person's day up. Like I don't get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know where you live at. But anyway, it's still the thing, right? Where anything can mess certain people's day up. And I feel like a lot of times people are not given a chance, or I think we're all given a chance. It's just what we choose to do with it. But, some people feeling trapped. I think a lot of people feel trapped. I think a lot of people feel like they haven't been free to express themselves fully. I think life has caused them to become something that they had to be based on responsibility versus it being, the way they really envision their life. So I would say to anybody out there that's trying to do something, no matter what that thing is, you know what I mean? If it's positive, I'm gonna say that if it's positive, some of y'all might take this as motivation. Y'all was just thinking about robbing the bank. Then y'all hear me and be like, yeah, my man said it. He said, go for it. Nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying anything positive, y'all, that you feel like is a vision of yours. I mean, I get it. Some of y'all may have been vision that y'all robbed the bank. Just don't do it based off of what I'm saying right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw that disclaimer out there. You know what I mean? Don't be doing no extra shit off the motivation I'm trying to give y'all. I'm just being completely honest because that ain't where we going with it. All I'm saying that on the more positive note it is, and if that's something that you feel passionate about, go for it. But still, thank you to everybody that support the platform. All right, so to all the sponsors, shout out to Way Travel, man. So I haven't shouted them out the last show, and I needed to make sure I do it this time, man. I'm talking about this is a company right here, y'all, that give you, not only do they give you discounts on your travel, whether it's your flight, hotel, excursions, all of that. They also offer cash back. So you get the discounts and you get cash back. So just going through their site is like using a credit card. Now, on top of that, and if you're still using a credit card like we talked about before, for the people out here who actually taking their stuff seriously and got that business credit out here and understand the difference between using your debit card and your credit card, getting them points, getting something back for every dollar you spend, you know what I'm saying, changing your mindset. So if you know anything about that, so you know if it's an opportunity like that, I'm going to let y'all know. So I want y'all to click the link in the description. Y'all go out there, check the site out. They got a free 7-day trial. You know what I mean? So you can just go through, check the site out, see how everything measure out, and see if that's something you want to use for your next travel destinations, man. Not only do you get discounts on all of that, hotels, flights, excursions, all that other stuff, but you also get cash back. And I'm looking at 5% cash back on every dollar you spend on top of the discounts, and then on top of the fact that if you're using your business stuff and your credit cards and all that, to purchase the things that you need to purchase. You know what I mean? To make sure that you get something back for everything you spend. So with all of that being said, y'all, hopefully y'all are checking out these links that are in the description. Y'all going out there. Y'all ain't just traveling. I don't care if you're just flying from here to Atlanta. Get some cash back for that. Flying from here to New York, get your cash back. I know that's like 45 minutes, but still, get some money for doing it. You know what I mean? It don't cost $45, so get some money for spending your money. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. So we got a couple more sponsors that we're going to talk about. I'll make sure I jump in there. Y'all know y'all got to support Collective Wear. We always say that. Y'all know the links be in the description to them too. Y'all know what to do, man. Come out here and support. I think it's only right that people, market and promote. Like I said, anything that you got going on, that's yours, man. Jump out there. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared. So I got 5 on it this month. So I wanted to talk about I got 5 on it real quick before I get into what we're going to talk about tonight. I got 5 on it. It's been a comedy platform that we started, I'm going to say right before COVID. So right around 2017, I'm going to say. You know what I mean? It was like a small comedy platform that I put on in a garage. It was like, it was basically a garage, but it was like an industrial garage. It was like one of those, in one of those areas where, people, you rent these areas, these spaces, and it could be used for whatever you got going on. But the definition of where it was at, it was basically a garage. You know what I mean? So we started off in there giving comics 5 minutes, five comics, 5 minutes. They come up there and they do their thing, right? And they get filmed, and then we market and promote those comics. Because that's what I figured that with comedy, it's like, the comics don't ever promote themselves. And I think it's really whack, you know what I mean? But I also know that they don't have no platforms out there where comics could come up and do, a small amount of time, man, to show how funny they are, to get people to come back and really consume their content on another level. You know what I mean? So I understand that. So I love comedy. Like, we produce comedy content, so I love it. I'm not a comic myself, but I love it to the point where, you know what I mean, we created the platform. And I got 5 on it, has gone on for 4 years now. The pandemic has slowed it up for about 2. But I gotta count it, you know what I'm saying? But so about 4 years, and we've been traveling to different locations, different venues. They've been accepting us to come in and bring a platform, and it's been so dope. All the different businesses we've been able to work with over the years. And for one of them, which is Stansu's, out in Middlesex, North Carolina, it's a Black-owned restaurant, and they have a lounge, and we've been there for a complete year. So the show that's on June 24th, that's Saturday, that's like a year anniversary joint just for that one location that we've been going consistently. Putting in that work out there, bringing the jokes to those people out there. It's mad dark out there, though. I ain't gonna lie. You gotta go out there in the daytime and kind of stay until it get dark. I'm just playing. I better not say that because then now ain't nobody gonna come. But no, for real. It's dope. The establishment is dope. The people are dope. The food is good. So yeah, man, I appreciate all the people that support the platform. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. All right. Enough of that. So today, I got my crew with me, so y'all already know we about to pop, mad noise. But here's the thing. I want to say something to all the people out there, man, like that be in these, that be on these podcasts, because trending, I like to talk about what's trending for the week. So your boy Derek Jackson has been trending back again this week, right? So let's just put a couple of things in perspective. So Derek Jackson, for those of y'all that may not know who he is, I know a lot of y'all probably do. He's the cat that used to sit in his car, and he used to really just kind of like, just downplay dudes, like men in general. You know what I mean? That was his thing. He was pandering to women, and he gained a really massive female following based on the things that he was saying. And, he was coming from a place of, I guess, him himself of being like a one of one or a rare of men that is able to speak on other men's flaws and or shortcomings or however you want to put it. And he made a living off of that. And women supported him. A lot of women supported him, you know what I mean? To the point where he was able to make that a full-time business and even be able to employ other people based on the support that he was getting just from the videos that he was putting up in his car. Talking down on men. And so, that whole thing happened. And then, fam, he got caught out there with the whole thing having like mad chicks and all that. Boom, boom, boom. He come out with this fake apology, had his wife on the camera with a bonnet on, you know what I'm saying? Word, trying to, I guess do his version of coming clean as a man and all this other shit after he done put all these dudes down. And he got Shorty up there with a bonnet on. I mean, I guess she could have chose not to wear it, but, whatever, yo. I guess he could have told her too, man, take that off, yo. We about to go on camera. But she liked that. And I think she said that, people called it a bonnet, but she called it a bonnet of power or some shit like that. Like, I guess she called it power because she was able to sit there and take that ridiculousness that this man did in front of all these people. You know what I mean? So push come to shove, his joint got shut down. You know what I'm saying? People stopped following him, this, that, and the third. So, he been popping up on the Country Wayne skits lately, which is, that thing. And so now that wife, the bonnet lady, she out there. So we're going to talk. I'm going to get into that with the crew. But what I want to say before we get into that, I just want to be mindful of things. Like when people get on platforms like this, or they have whatever they're doing, whatever it's called, you know what I'm saying? I think you got to be very careful about a lot of the information that you spew. I know we all speak from our point of view, which is good, and it's respected on this platform. But the one thing that we can't do is come up here and try to condemn a group of people because we don't agree with them. And the one thing about it, like, ladies, y'all got to stop getting caught up in the fact of men putting down other men. Like, you got to know when things like that happen, that's just mad pandering. Like, y'all got to know that. Like, they cater to y'all's emotions, and then y'all spend that money. And I really don't get it. I mean, and then I guess, people like to hear what they're already, I guess they're thinking and feeling because of, I guess whatever they're dealing with, they like to group everybody together. But I wish at some point, y'all would just hold yourselves accountable, or everybody hold themselves accountable for the choices they make, man, and not allow a person or people to get on platforms like this and then just spew a bunch of bullshit, man, about other people. Regardless, I mean, like, even if it's their point of view or their opinion, that's one thing. But when you putting down a whole group of people, like you the only one like you, crazy, y'all. That shit crazy. And y'all fall for it every time. So hopefully y'all don't do that, man. Like going forward, man. Y'all don't allow nobody else to jump out here and do that to y'all. I know y'all gonna mention Kevin Samuels, but I got something that I'm gonna say about him later. Because I know y'all gonna mention that whenever we come to that. But I don't ever see. The thing about Kevin Samuels that people called up to him. He wasn't on there just talking and then, having people. No, people called into him to challenge his point of view. That made it a little different. My man just be sitting in the car popping shit. It's just mad different. But anyway, so look, I'm going to bring the crew up because we're going to go through this, man. That's not the only thing that's been trending all week. It's been a bunch of dumb shit. DJ Envy, look, him and Rick Ross, two rich people arguing over cars that ain't theirs. It's crazy, y'all. But anyway, we'll bring the crew in real quick so we can, we can get caught up, and then we're gonna jump right into it. So y'all know it's the usual suspects as always. What up, y'all?
What's up?
All right.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Me? You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can.
Okay. Tamika, you okay, and she's off. You did all right. So Kev, you did say you was gonna be stationary, sir. But I like your version of stationary. Like it's just a whole highway out the window. That's green screen.
Yeah, that's it, man.
There we go.
That's green screen, sir. You did say you was gonna be stable. What's good though, y'all? What's going on?
I was
What's
about to say,
up?
I thought he was gonna be stationary.
I thought that too, but my meeting ran over. You know what I'm saying?
You jumped on though, B. I appreciate that though, man. You know what I'm saying? Either way. So how y'all week been, man? What's going on? Talk to me, y'all.
It's been good. I'm motherfucking tired though, y'all. I'm ready to take a nap.
All right. Oh, what?
Fucking tired. No, I've been good though. This week has been relaxing. Can't really complain.
Right,
Yeah.
been out here chilling. All right. So everybody enjoy their holiday or whatever. How did that go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I slept almost all. Well,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah. I relaxed. I had to relax.
You had to think about it, yo. She's about to. she,
Yeah.
hey, y'all see her editing her
I
story? she like, I slept. No, I didn't. I didn't do that either. She just in her head, y'all. She was editing all that.
All that. Don't be telling me my business. Damn.
Yo, that was so funny, yo. We up here listening too. We ain't interrupted or nothing. That's how you know you were around people who used to listening to people.
Y'all.
We was ready. Go ahead. What? You did what?
And then what happened?
What happened?
Right.
And she
love
just
y'all.
edited. She like, what?
Right?
You know what, y'all? Don't even worry about this weekend. How y'all doing, yo? Like, yo, what's going on with y'all? Yo? I don't even know if I can tell y'all that. Y'all know we live now. You know how we normally start off line on some other shit, you know what I'm saying? But we live now, y'all. So all right. So first of all, before we get into all that's going on and everything, I just want to say, all right, Tamika, so the extra set of ears you rocking right now, that's dope. That's a really fly fashion statement. What are we doing here? Is that like your daughter robe? Is that your daughter robe? What are we doing? You just got
No,
to play
it's
dress
my
up?
robe,
What are we doing here?
and it's a little chilly, and I don't have sleeves, and I'm outside.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
y'all about to get this robe today, okay?
But that's your robe, personal. Like
It's
that's yours?
mine. Like I purchased
Alright.
it. My mom brought it for me for Christmas.
That's dope, yo. Get you the little ears and shit. All right, bunny. All right. I like it. Oh, hey, Kev, your mic muted, bro. Hey, yo, but
I ain't want y'all to hear the sounds of the road. You know what I'm saying?
That's very considerate. Very considerate. Go ahead,
Thank
place back on mute.
See?
Look.
See,
She
that's
right.
very
All right, so
considerate.
she ready. She ready. She ready. All right, yo. So look, now that we got all that out the way, I know y'all heard a little bit about in the background. So, are y'all familiar with Derrick Jackson and who he is?
Yeah.
I think I heard of him before, but I don't really know too much. See, it's about what you look at on your algorithm on what shows up.
Yeah.
I don't engage in a lot of bullshit. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So there's a lot of stuff and a lot of people I just don't. But I heard of him before. When you mentioned something about he give advice, or his fan base is like women, because I guess of the shit that he talk about or whatever the case is. Like I just don't.
Yeah. No,
So
I've caught a couple of his videos, but I think it was like on TikTok. But I ain't been on TikTok in forever.
Right, I
And
heard about the
I don't.
right.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I heard.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so Fam really got off, right? He really got off. When I mean got off, he got off by sitting in his car talking shit about dudes.
I don't think he was talking shit. I don't think he was talking shit.
Which one is
he
it?
was talking shit.
No, he was talking shit,
talking
CJ.
shit.
But which one is it? You ain't know who he is, or you watch his
no,
video?
because the reason I don't, I'm actually going to look him up while we're talking, but I know that you compared him to what's that dude that died?
Kevin Samuels?
Kevin Samuels, the GOAT.
No. They not compared
content and stuff. So if you're comparing it, it's like
not I wasn't comparing based on the content. You know what? Why I mention him? Because you know how it is when they say that dudes give advice. Oh, like when people give advice, they got a whole bunch of podcasts or shows out here where they just focus on relationships, right? And everybody's such an expert on relationships. Well, it's like the Steve Harvey thing or whatever. When anytime you see a man actually deliberately putting down other men, that's a thing where we can understand that they really pandering to other women, because they always do that. Because if you think about this, like Derrick Jackson, like even if you agree with a lot of things that he said, which I'm not, that's not neither here nor there. If you do, his wife or the ex-wife now is out doing interviews now. She did it. She did one interview this week, and it's been trending everywhere because people have been breaking it down, because she's been talking about what really went on in the marriage the whole time. She was like, yo, the whole time that he was giving out this advice and all that, he was not living that stuff. He wasn't doing that. Shorty said she had 3 abortions before they got married. You get what I'm saying? Like he was really on some other stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you know, like a lot of women agree with what he said. I'm gonna be completely honest. Son made mad people off of that.
Well,
But-
according to his content was towards, like, I see how he, like, his content was both towards women and men. I just think that more men highlighted the fact that he pandered towards women. But if you look at his content, he spoke about both. It's just men didn't make an uproar about the shit he was saying, like being addressed to you know. I think it's more so about perception. From what I can see, it's more so about perception. I think that's what it is. Because he talk about both men and women and what. From what
when he talk about women, he talk about them on more of like a pedestal level.
Well, I mean,
anytime he mentioned men, he mentioned it from a whole nother level. I'm talking about it was just hypocritical. Like I get what you're saying about what you saying that he put up, but that wasn't. It was hypocritical because he used that as a means to make a living.
Got you. Okay, I see where we going. Okay, cool. Because he wasn't really living that life for real. So I feel that. Okay, right. Yeah. According to I mean, if you, what his wife? What happened with his wife? Because it's content.
Nah, it's mad shit. Yo, we gonna get into it. That's what I'm saying. We gonna get into it. The only reason why I don't show the videos no more is because they be trying to front about copyrights and all this other shit. And I'm like, yo, I see all these people doing reaction videos, but anytime I do it, they want to mess with me. So I said, all right, I'll stay away from showing other people videos. That's what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But we're gonna talk about them because anybody could go up there and look up those videos after they finish watching us or whatever if they want to. You know what I mean? But no, but that's the point I want to get around to y'all. I want us to talk about a couple of key points about this whole scenario. One of them is that do y'all agree or disagree with the fact that anytime you see a member of the, like, especially when it comes to men, now we're going to be specific tonight. That's why I like to do that because you know how I do. It's because we got an even amount of men and women on the platform. We don't always got to be, you know what I'm saying? We could talk about the other person or whatever, you know what I mean, and get a perspective. So we're going to talk about men right now. It's not about the ladies. All right, so do y'all agree or disagree that when it comes to men, when anytime a man is giving content where he's putting down other men, do y'all consider or would y'all look at that from a standpoint of pandering, or do you think that he coming from a place of he's trying to put women on to gain?
You gotta give me a little more context.
Yeah, it will depend on like how he delivers that message,
right?
And you know, like the type of tone that he's putting to it. Because if it comes off aggressive towards men, then I'm like, I ain't trying to listen to you. Because like, why? Why?
Like, what do you mean? I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more context. Because it's one thing. Me, I like when other men or other people can check other people, especially when it comes to like people who, you know, hey, hold accountability in this specific group, y'all. If somebody call you out because that's just shit that a certain group of men do, like whether you agree or not, that's just the facts. That's just what the fuck it is. Now, if he,
I wish he would have saw some stuff though. See, I know that's the only thing because you ain't never really, you know, peep fan. Like I think like if you would have saw some of the stuff that he said, you would really get it because. I'm gonna give it to you like this, Kev. I want you to jump in too, but I want to give it to you like this, CJ. He went in so hard that listen, when you go look at the interview of the ex-wife, boy, you gonna be like, yo.
So was she? I mean,
yo, listen.
All right, wait. We gotta stick to one question at a time.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like that's the only reason why I get why you need some context. I get it because.
You need some context.
The only way I could give it to you is to show you some of the stuff so you'll know like where we coming from because all three of us we seen other things that he said. That's why
I can't remember anything though. But
he was wilding. Like he was wilding.
What was some of the stuff he said?
Nah, he was talking about what F-boys. He was talking about if a man
so like Buddy would be like. Man, you know, if a man don't do this and if he don't do that, and if he ain't working and if he's doing this and doing that, and it's like, bro, you.
Damn, Kevin.
Yeah, your joint froze, Cam.
I was with you.
We gonna get you. As soon as his joint catch up back up, we gonna get back into it. We want him to finish that point, yo.
Damn.
Like
that's because you know what I'm saying.
Single man out there is just a bum. Like,
wait, is he calling out fuck boys or is everybody a bum?
Yeah, he would, but that's the thing, CJ. He was saying, he was going in, yo.
No, because now it's given. Y'all just don't like the fact that he called out certain attributes of men. Because y'all can't. It gotta at least be one thing.
We don't matter. That part is not the point. That's what I'm trying to help you to understand.
Okay.
Whether he was calling out points about men that are true or false,
right,
was not it. The point was that he wasn't living what he was like saying.
Yeah, he was basically all the fuck shit he was talking about. Essentially.
Basically.
Like that's what it is. That's what it seems like.
That's what we're saying. We're saying from a standpoint of like there are a certain group of men out here that could be considered F-boys. It's a certain group of men out here that be lame as hell. We get all that. So we
But he was that man.
But he was that man is what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Not the fact that he wasn't making points or like he wasn't saying things that we could understand why women was captivated by the way that he was saying things about dudes. But like Kev was saying, he was trying to say like, yo, if a man don't pay all your bills and if he don't, buy your mother, like if he gonna get you something and don't get your mother something like a car, like if he buy you a car, he should have your mother a car. Like, yo, he was saying stuff along the lines of that. Like, yo, as a man, like you supposed to give no matter what your whole life away. It don't matter what nobody else want or do. And he used the church. He didn't do it from a place of I'm just a dude out here on the street. He came from a Christian standpoint behind what he was saying. On top of that, fam was going to find scriptures and stuff. He was in a car like this. Yo, Psalms 3002. If your man don't wash your feet with salt, sea salt, and adobo, he don't like your toes. Like, yo, he was doing shit like he that, wasn't. Yo.
But it wasn't the content that he was talking about. It was more so that he wasn't living according to the shit that he was preaching about. That's the okay. All right. So back to the question. What was the first question?
That's again? and then so now that's the part that makes it hard for women to decipher when they're getting information that is valid from a man that's actually living what he say, or if they just somebody is trying to use them because of the larger demographic to make money. So that's what I was saying based off of him. Is there a way that y'all can, like, how do y'all decipher between the two? So my original question is, do y'all think that when men deliberately talk down on other men, like deliberately as a man talk down on other men and not give the points of like other ways to look at it, it's only negative because of how he say he is as a man, do y'all feel like that is pandering, or do y'all take that as a man giving game? That was the original question that I asked. But you can't answer that, C-Double, because you ain't seen, you know what I mean?
Well, no, I can, because he's not the only person that do that type of shit. Like, he's not the only person, because before Derek Jackson, it was Steve Harvey, just like you stated. And Steve Harvey did a whole thing, like, all that shit. And it's like, why would I listen to you when you don't have this divorce and da-da-da? So it kind of, so me, I think it depends. Like, you gotta know what to decipher and what to take away from it, I guess. Like, it is pandering. I guess it is considered pandering when it's one thing to call out somebody's bullshit, but it's one thing to call out somebody bullshit and then give them steps on how to fix it type shit, or like, versus like just straight like shots, because you are looking for that audience to back you up. Like, there's a whole bunch of hurt women out here. Your target audience was you know, women that went through breakups or don't feel like they, you know they worth. They trying to figure they shit out through meeting people, relationships. So that was your audience of people. That's what people talk about on social media. So he knew how to get the crowd going, especially if he wasn't doing that shit in real life. That's embarrassing.
Well, no, the thing is too, I think he wasn't a bad looking man. His wife was pretty average looking. And so I think that gave him some, like, I feel like he used that to his advantage because women were looking at him like, oh, he could be with any bitch, but he's with her. He's married to her. He's staying with her. And, you know, especially when she came out in the bonnet, that was one thing that I think I seen some comments on that women were like, that's who he's with. And, you know, like all this crazy things. But I think that's what kind of, like I said, because he wasn't bad looking. So some women were looking like, oh, well, then he must be giving good advice because he's staying with her. Like, I feel like he used that for his image.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that was one of the things that they was talk that grasped women in because they were looking at him.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then on top of that, he giving out this advice, and then he's being married and he in the church and all that. And then when he do show his wife, she got on a bonnet. Like,
I guess what's the problem with the bonnet? I guess now
because you know what I'm saying. How you gonna purposely like, yo? If you gonna get on camera and address the world or whatever, man, you know, like how you meet your wife? Did you meet her in a bonnet? No, you know she had her hair done. When you look at her now in these interviews, you could tell a bonnet not her thing. She just be in a crib with one on, but that ain't her thing. But if you gonna get on camera, why not let her? You know what I'm saying? He gave off the image by her doing that. He made himself look like mad, narcissistic, controlling, just because of her presence. Because like you would want if she represents you, why would you want her on camera with a bonnet on, yo? Like, let's be real, man. Come on, yo. Like, I don't look if you with me. And we about to do something on camera, and if it ain't part of the skit or something where you got a bonnet on, what did you do?
Yeah, be presentable. I guess I kind of get that.
Come on, yo.
You can come
she represent you.
Still be presentable.
Yeah, she represents you, yo. Like supposedly, at least.
I mean, I wouldn't do it for the sake of. I mean, I represent. I get it in the marriage. I get all that shit, but it's just for the sake of me, like because that's probably the reason why she went up there for a bonnet. I mean, went up there with a bonnet on, like. I'm not doing anything for the sake of you. And it was probably according to what y'all saying. And he wasn't living his life in real life. That probably was a sign like I'm not doing shit for you. Like for you to think that I'm doing it for you and not for me. I'm gonna come up on this motherfucker with a bonnet on just so people can start picking at this shit. Cause let me look up this interview. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
You out.
Cause now, cause I'm like, nah. Cause wait a minute, what? These some shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's the only thing. Like you ain't seeing nothing, so that's why you know you're not really getting it because in no shape, form, or fashion should a bonnet be worn if it's not like you playing a character or nothing, like on camera. Like no matter what, like even if it ain't about your marriage or nothing. Like, I mean, just my opinion. Even if it ain't about a woman's marriage, I'm just talking about for her. Like, yo, like, why are you on camera with a bonnet on, yo? I get it that what's the chick from Basketball Wives or whatever? I forgot her name. She used to do the Bonnet Chronicles or whatever. Damn, I forgot her name. Not Nene Leakes, but the other chick that used to be arguing. The one that used to be arguing with her all the time.
Yeah.
But her. She got that thing going on, but for the most part, like yo, I don't see that, yo. Like a woman just out with a butt. I don't know. That's just me. I guess I don't really have a problem with whatever a person wears. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying, like representing me. Like don't walk around with no bonnet on. I don't even want to see one in the crib, yo. To be honest with you, B.
No, because if I'm going to, I'll be in the airport with a bonnet.
See you ghetto. See, look, you always talk about you. We know you gonna be around in a month. We know that, but see,
the only reason it's funny because okay, I went to Jamaica, right? So I had a bonnet on the whole time. Now I got locked. Now for no reason do I need a bonnet on, but I'm gonna wear a bonnet all because I wish a motherfucker would say something. That's just me.
See, that's
You
what I'm
just
saying.
because the thing is, when you don't mind your business, this is what the fuck happens. Now I got locks. I don't need a bonnet, but my hair was curled, right? So I had a bonnet on the whole time. I had a bonnet on from the time I left North Carolina, so I got to Atlanta. From Atlanta to when we got to Montego Bay and shit. So I didn't take my bonnet off until I got to Montego Bay. Now the whole time, you know, the same people that usually follow you from one John, if y'all going to the same destination. So you get a little white people talk about, you know, my bonnet. And I was like, oh, I hope these bitches going to Montego Bay because I can't wait to snatch this motherfucker off. So we get all the way there, like I say, my head curl, and you get him like, oh my gosh, like she has a bonnet on. She has a bonnet on. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. So, and I go and snatch it off. So when I snatch it off, you know, I get the fluffing on my hair, my curls, and a lady that was talking shit tell me on my shoulder because she ain't think I heard and was like, oh my gosh, you are so beautiful. And I kept telling my husband since we were in North Carolina, do you beautiful? I ain't no bitch you was talking about me. But you know, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it.
Let's say this. You wasn't on camera.
Right.
You wasn't on camera. And that's totally understandable. You traveling, people could be comfortable as they want traveling. That's expected. You know what I mean? But if you gonna be on camera, if a person gonna set up a ring light, now the first sign is when they go pull the ring light out because you gotta set it up. so you can't even act like you don't know it's getting ready to happen. Like you know you about to be on camera. That's totally different. Airport, if they was in the airport and somebody caught them on the phone or something, that's totally, mom got that bonnet on, fam. You know what I'm saying? They travel. But she in her living room, like you crazy, She got a wig somewhere. She got a wig. If she ain't got no lock, she got a wig somewhere.
Don't do it like that, y'all.
Whose mic is that? That's what I was wondering.
I was going to say somebody.
I was sitting there like,
in, I was trying to listen to be the government tapped in. We can hear.
I'm like, bitch, we ain't talking about y'all today.
Yeah, we ain't talking about y'all right now, yo.
That was a few weeks back. Y'all missed it. Y'all
missed it. We were talking about the military. Y'all missed it. Y'all gotta go back and check the episode now, y'all. We ain't talking about y'all today. But no, that's my whole point about the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, people take this advice from people like this.
Yeah.
And then, it's a thing where they looking at the people around them and with such disgust from a person who is nowhere near the messenger. Like, I know what they say a lot of times, don't kill the messenger. It's the mess. Don't all that other shit. And I get that. But at some point, how many times are we going to allow people to just get up here on content like this and just come up with ways to keep us separated? Because that's all it does, man. It ain't enough dudes for us to be sitting around here trying to be extra separated, man. Like, it don't even go that way, man. Like, it's stupid. But anyway, so with that being said, I want to talk about his wife a little bit. I'm going to get off him. We're going to talk about his wife or the ex-wife or whatever. And the reason why I want to talk about her because she's out here telling her side of the story. And with her side of the story is coming with a lot of things that I personally am like, damn, like I wonder why people are not allowed to live their truth, right? So the man had multiple women in this relationship. They were all hired as part of the company. She said as she would leave, another one would come because they had shifts. He was making so much money off of this content, y'all. Like the dude was doing speaking engagements. I think he had a book or something. I can't really remember. I think so though. But he had merch. He had all kind of shit going on, man. And then in her interview, she's actually telling like all the things that she dealt with. Like throughout the marriage. And I think she said something about 5 other women, like it was her and 5 other women.
He was cheating like that?
Like in front of, like that. Like not on no, oh no, this on the low. No, none of that. It's just that
So I guess why did she
audience didn't know. The audience, yeah, she knew. She said that for her, it was more of a thing that, you know, first of all, she was saying that the lifestyle that was being provided, it was one that she never lived before. She was talking about how attracted she was to him based on how he looked, right? So she was breaking down all of these other things that was coming along with being with him. So she had never lived that type of particular scenario before, so allow her to overlook a lot of things. But in that scenario, you got to remember, he's making money off of speaking from a certain lifestyle. The whole time living this lifestyle, when he could have just very well lived his truth and probably would have came out better. Because, I mean, let's think about it, y'all. He was definitely living a polygamous lifestyle.
Right. Is that the complaint? Is that one of the complaints that she had? Because she knew.
I don't think about that was her complaint. What it was is that people just was trying to figure out why she was up there with that bonnet on, because they wanted to make sure that she wasn't like in a cult. Like CJ, she wasn't traveling.
It's all about the bonnet.
It was about that bonnet, yo. She was looking like Little House on the Prairie. Yo, she was looking like somebody just let her out the basement, yo, for like a few minutes. Yo, like go ahead and do this interview, then go back downstairs type shit. That's how she was looking on the joint, yo. No makeup, no nothing. Now when you see her in the interview, she got like a ponytail, all kind of shit, yo. She got edges.
Oh.
Word.
Oh, wow.
Tamika, don't do that, yo. I'm saying, yo, she got edges. She got mad edges, yo.
I'm not going to hell with you, bro.
She do, though. She got mad edges, yo. So that's what I'm saying. Edges. Yeah. So if you kind of like look at it, you then you look at her now, and you can tell like, oh wait, hold on for a second. Then yeah, something was going on in that scenario. So that's what I want y'all to do. I want y'all, whenever y'all get a chance, I just want y'all to go out there and check it out. See, so a lot of things that, you know, even when we talk about it for like things that go on for the week, the one thing I want to get at is that, you know, on this platform, you know how it is, yo. Everybody can speak their truth and their piece, and nobody is judging the other person for their perspective. And that's the best part about having a platform like this, because that's what we do. The one thing I do want to do is sometimes I like to know from everybody's point of view, like, yo, what we doing out here, yo? Is this what we really doing? And we are allowing people to like cause us to be separated and then make money off of it at the same time? This shit is kind of whack, me.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is, but that's the thing. Like, there's a market for everything.
I know, right?
Like, it don't matter. It don't matter what you spilling. There's somebody who's gonna be like, you know what? This motherfucker might be on to something. Like, it could sound completely ridiculous to most people, but it's gonna attract certain people regardless.
And that's the thing, yo. And when they do, it puts other people in a position where it's like, damn, they got to deal with this shit in real life.
All right. So I looked at the video. I got a little bit more context. I had a little context. So it was kind of what
finally.
I said. It was the imagery. Okay, so I got it. You know what? I ain't mad at Good Sis for coming up here with a bonnet on, because she had a point to prove. Just like I said, I'm like, that sounds like she had more of a point to prove, and it makes sense. I get it.
No.
Hey,
so I'm not saying it's acceptable. No. It's a difference in between me agreeing and me understanding. I ain't say I agree.
So you understand why she got the bonnet on?
I understood why she got up there with the bonnet on. I understood, because just like she stated, like, you could tell on her voice. You could tell when people say stuff. If you're real observant, and you could tell when people say shit, how it's something that been pried at for a very long time. I can tell he always talk about her appearance, and based off his page, like me could say, like, he got a physique, he works hard, it's an imagery thing with him, and her whole thing is people always gonna have something negative to say. You keep trying to live in this perfect image, but you have to understand it's always gonna be negative people that's always gonna have something to say. So I'm not up here to be a certain way for you or nobody else. I'm coming as I am, because just like you say, when sis really step outside, she gonna step.
Wait,
That's
hold on.
just
So
it.
you think that's the place that she came from? You don't think that she would just let him out the basement?
No, I do not. I think she
You
was
mean to tell
fed up with
me?
his ass. I
You mean
can't
to
tell
tell
him.
me you don't think that she looked like that? She wasn't down there in the basement with a mattress and a bucket.
No, she don't. Y'all extra. She don't.
I don't even remember what she looked like.
She
To be
was
honest. I don't
fully
even remember.
clothed. Girl, she was fully clothed and just had on a black bonnet. That's it. She had a
See,
black
you
bonnet on.
you just partial to bonnets. You that's why you can't see past the fact that the girl had on a bonnet. You don't see the fact that this dude is supposed to be an image guy, and he got his wife up there with a bonnet. Like,
But
not
that's
he
the
made her.
problem. That's the problem because when you waste so much on your image and your image is what is taking you places, people don't see behind that. And y'all can tell that she's a real authentic person. And it irritated her to see that the fact that people could simply look at your face and your body and they buy everything you say. If you wasn't looking the way you was looking, do you think you would have the following that you have? You a shit person in real life. And that showed him, I don't know, that
Well, yeah,
looking at their videos and shit.
in the sense of what you're saying, like I get where you're coming from. All I'm saying though is that I
Leave her body alone.
I get your perspective. I just don't think that's the reason why she had on that motherfucking bonnet. I'm just gonna be honest
Yes,
with
it
you.
was.
I get your perspective, but I don't think that bonnet had anything to do with girl power, yo.
She
Like,
even said it. She even said it. She was like, it's
yeah,
not about
she said a whole bunch of stuff after that interview to try to save face. That was embarrassing, yo.
That's
like,
it's not embarrassing. I think when
not her bonnet. No,
it,
not her bonnet. Not her bonnet.
Oh,
I'm talking about what he did, yo. Like the way that he had her sitting up there while he telling the world, like, yeah, you know, I want y'all to know, like, you know, yeah, I was doing this, you know, and all that other shit that he tried to come off and try to use that as a means of being honest and all that other stuff, but people couldn't get past the fact that she had the bonnet on. Because, and I'm just saying, CJ, I get it. I get why you saying that about the bonnet. Yeah, she was saying I'm free from everybody's image of what I'm supposed to look like. I get that. Black girl power, all that. Bonnet power, I get it. But the fact of the matter is, she looked like she just was let up out the basement. I could see she had on a bonnet and like some lip gloss at least. What about eyelashes? What about eyelashes?
And half them people that was in the comments talking about her bonnets got fucked up relationships at home. So while y'all focus on her bonnet, she done made a way out of her situation. Let's talk about yours.
I ain't gonna lie. Now you're right about that.
Kev,
come on. Listen, Kev, Kev, yeah, because you've been jumping in and out like
people keep calling my phone. I'm like, I'm on a podcast, and then my laptop tripping.
Oh, important man. Okay.
Yo, but Kev, say something, yo. What you thinking about all this, B?
Listen, so a few things. One, old girl wasn't making no statement. Okay, she's a very homely person. That's how she dresses. That's kind of how she is, and it kind of helped people support his narrative. Because I mean, she come out looking basic. They like, oh, I can see why he cheated on her. Because she came out looking basic. Now, if you know that I got to do this apology video in front of millions of people, why would you not at least dress up and make it look like, hey, I'm here on my own free will? Because all you did is made him look better, made yourself look bad. No wonder why he cheated on you.
To shallow people. And I think that's why a lot of people that spoke on it is probably single or you're in very unhappy relationships. Because while everybody focusing on her physical appearance, thinking that her physical appearance is what captivated this man, or I don't even know.
No one said it was. No one said it was.
Pretty fucked up.
No one said it was. She was with him from college. He was a failed football player that didn't make it. She held him down from college. So she was the one that had stuff going for her. Right. And then she supported his dreams. The fact is, this nigga started getting some recognition. He started getting some money, and a better looking class of women started to notice him. So now you notice that your girl won't put makeup on. She won't do nothing to her hair. She don't work out. She not working on her body. So now a man who was at a low point because he was a failure starts having success, and he starts chasing the type of women that he was always interested in but didn't qualify for. So when she came out looking hella basic with a damn bonnet on, a flannel or something, and some pajama pants, and you know millions of people gonna watch this.
She did not have that
You're-
on. Why
Look
y'all
at
be
what she
lying?
had on.
She
Look
had
what she
on
had
a black
Nah,
shirt.
she had on. Nah,
It was
nah,
a-
she
like
had
a-
on a. Yeah, she had
like
on
a
a Little
fleece.
House on the Prairie outfit, yo.
No, she,
Yeah, like
she
she
had
looked
on a black shirt, just
like
some
a
pink, like
fleece.
no, it
Like-
wasn't a fleece.
But it ain't
Like
giving
a-
you. It ain't giving
what's
you.
the-
I've been in the basement all day. It's not.
No,
giving,
Yeah, everything
that
about
outfit-
that is just like I ain't even brushed my teeth before I did this.
right. So that outfit not giving you. I've been on a mattress next to a bucket. You mean to tell me
It's-
that whole outfit she got on don't give you that? That
First of
vibe.
all, I'm rooting for sis. No,
It's
it
not
don't.
giving me I'm a strong woman and I'm gonna stand by my man, or
But-
I'm a
but the
strong
thing
woman,
is,
I'm gonna leave my man.
But
That
the
was 2
thing
years
is,
ago.
everybody
That
so
bonnet-
focused on her physical appearance. Everybody's so focused
Not
on
the whole.
Stop.
Not the whole appearance. Just the bonnet.
Not the whole appearance. She could have took the bonnet off, let her see your hair, and then she could have did something to her face. Like she showed up like this.
Word.
It's
And
an
she
apology.
home.
She the one that's embarrassed, and she got sitting next to this nigga, and fucking billions of people.
Now, right, you
Yeah.
right. She was embarrassed. That's my point. My point is, listen, if regardless, the way that it made it look, it hurt him more than not with her up there with that bonnet on. Now I get where you coming from. See, that's what I'm telling you. Like, yo, girl power for you. All of y'all that rock bonnets in public. Like, I get y'all.
No,
I don't
You know
get you,
what?
but I get y'all.
I don't get y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I
when
don't
you
get y'all.
traveling, I get it. But what I'm talking about, like, just people that walk around with bonnets on, like that's fly. Like that ain't my business. But what I will say is that the way that she was looking, though, it
Defeated.
just gave off mad narcissistic vibes from him, is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Like, although she could have been doing it for her own liberation, like you said, like, you know, I'm just doing this because I don't care about all that looks and all that other shit. Like, I get it. But it also made other people say, oh, you're not keeping up with your appearance, you don't care. That's why he did that. They shouldn't be given no reason for that. He should be able to be held accountable for the fact of that he was a polygamous man and he didn't live his truth.
Facts.
That's the
Oh,
bottom
yeah.
line. He should have lived his truth versus trying
Right.
to play around with people based on money. He should have lived his truth. He would have came out better being honest about his lifestyle versus pandering is all I'm saying. Because Shorty in that bonnet, it made it worse. People thought she was a hostage, CJ. That was
Right.
a hostage bonnet. And it was leaning to the side like a little painter.
Like a little
the
Picasso
French
hat,
Painter, like a Picasso hat, yo. Who wear a bonnet to the side? Was your bonnet to the side? Be honest. When you was walking around, was
my
your
hair
bonnet
is heavy.
straight?
It goes
Right.
straight
It was
back.
straight, right.
So
Her
I'ma
joint was
support
like
him.
leaning. Like how you
I'm gonna
doing?
support him.
What
I'ma-
kind of
I'ma
hairstyle
stand
a
by
woman
him.
got wears to the side, like
Like-
a little, like you know what I'm saying? Like a little cap and gown. Like how do you do that? Like how you got a cap and gown
Y'all
bonnet?
shallow as shit. Y'all shallow as shit.
It
No,
ain't
I'm
about being
asking.
shallow.
I'm asking. Why you?
But
think
it's not.
why
It's just public view. That's the thing, though. Think about
That's
if you
all.
think about the situation and everything that he was apologizing for. Like she should have been out there looking like a bad bitch because then they'd be like, "Why
For
would he
who?
do that to her? Not for
For
anybody,
herself?
but for herself,
For
so that
herself.
he can look stupid, so that everybody can look at him like, why would he do this to her?
But
Why is he cheating on her?
But in other words,
Instead,
what it
it's
made
like-
it look like, yeah, it made it look like, oh, I see why he was cheating on her. That's
It's
not
people-
He
cool,
justified
yo.
it. He got
and the type of
Yeah.
people, and I get that 100%. But I guess what my issue is, even if she
The
would have
bonnet,
wanted that
you like bonnet?
motherfucker looking like a homeless man, it's not her looks. If something, how can I word this? I get what y'all saying. Like,
No,
oh,
we
You get what you
Yeah.
saying too.
We
No,
I
you
can
get
make
what
you
you saying
look like a
too.
fool. I'm gonna come here looking like a bad bitch. You could be a bad bitch with an empty ass mind. You could be a bad bitch, but motherfuckers still
Exactly.
gonna figure out why you got cheated on. You could be a bad
But they don't
bitch,
know
mother-
that.
But you know
because-
what, CJ, you right.
It's all about image.
But-
all they're
but
doing
this
is
the
looking
thing.
at her.
If she looked at her, and you right, she could be a smart, she got degrees, she got all that. That's not the thing. What she looked like is that she came up out the basement next to a mattress with a bucket.
No.
he let me out the
issue is
basement
it's
for this
like-
interview.
For real. And
That's
that's
how she
what
looked.
made it come off like it was a bad thing. Like I get exactly where you coming from, like about the image and looks
Mhm.
and all that. I totally respect that because
But
you're
he
right.
was the one talking, so they're
But
not going to
he-
get that she has degrees or anything.
Exactly.
So it
Right.
all
She
they
ain't
had
say
to go off
nothing.
was who she looked like. He's in the spotlight. People know him and his
Right.
credentials. They don't know shit
Right.
about her. So all
And
they
she-
got the
Right.
first image is her in that bonnet, and they're like, ugh. You know, like
I'm
And
glad that
CJ,
because of what they
She ain't say
know.
nothing.
Yeah,
She
ain't
because
say
of what they
nothing.
know about him.
But
You
look,
know, so
CJ,
it's-
the whole interview, she ain't say nothing.
Nothing. Sitting there
So they
looking
couldn't get
lost.
to know her. She was just like, like
She
she.
just sitting there
I'm not
looking.
gonna say like
was
she
there
came out
for
the
him.
basement.
Like, what am I
Good
going to
for
do?
him. He tried to apologize for what he did to her. She not there for him.
And she knew that shit was fake as fuck. See, the thing is,
But
we
that's
be
my
kinda,
point.
when people be so indulged in people fucking lives, because people have little to no information to go off of, it's like, I'm going to try to pull as much from my observation as I can to then determine X, Y, and Z. It could have been a bunch of reasons why. I'm glad that shit didn't pop up on my timeline because there's no way in fucking holy match. Like, I'm not that invested. Do I give a fuck that she going up there with a bonnet? No, because at the end of the day, you was clearly a good enough woman for whatever the fuck that transpired for you to get that man the way you got that man, and for him to do whatever it don't even matter. You had way much more to offer than looks, to the point that it shocked the world when she actually dressed up and put makeup on. Like,
right.
y'all be too invested.
Right.
That's
no,
me.
No,
No,
but that's
no,
not the
I
point,
never
though.
seen the
No.
interview. I
That's what
seen a
he's saying.
screenshot
What
that said
was-
something about him and that he got caught cheating. That's the last thing I've ever seen of them, and it was just a picture. I didn't even see the interview. I never even. I didn't watch any of it.
We're not really even caught up on the bonnet. What we were talking about original was pandering. Like, if you ladies can tell the difference from when a man is giving y'all game or when he's pandering to try to get on y'all good side, because he used that as a means to be able to get money. It wasn't even about her and her bonnet. It ain't about her looks. It ain't about the thing that made him look worse was the bonnet. That's what we talking about. Not the fact that whatever reason she put that thing on, that's on her. I don't care. My thing is that the bonnet made it look worse because of the fact of what he was doing as a means of making a living or providing a lifestyle for them. He used the downfall of men with women while doing the same thing to women. Like, I don't even get it. That's almost like Popeye eating spinach to get strong, then eat spinach to get weak again. Like, how do you do that? Like, listen, we get all that. You write about her whole bonnet life, and you write people shouldn't be worried about how she looking and all that. I get all that. But all I'm saying, him.
He's the problem.
To women and then not living that lifestyle. And then if you think about it, if she chose to go up there with that bonnet on, but it looked like he told her, yo, go get that, that bonnet that go to the side.
It's not about the fucking bonnet. We talk about him, right?
Buddy woke her up out her sleep.
He keep bringing it up.
Nah, he woke her up out her sleep.
He keep bringing it up.
He woke her up out her sleep. Said, "Hey, we about to do this video real quick."
Right.
I need you to sit.
Just come downstairs real quick.
Yeah.
No,
she ain't even brush her teeth. That's why she ain't talk.
Come upstairs. You know she's in the basement.
Oh. Hey,
Hey,
I'm gonna give you some daylight today. I'm gonna give you some daylight. You're gonna sit right here. Like, I don't know. Like, my thing is this.
That's so
if you look at anybody else that was caught up in a cheating scandal, when Hillary Clinton resurfaced after the Monica Lewinsky stuff, she carried herself as a confident woman. She didn't come and look like she was broken.
First of all,
even if she was.
Terrible example. Terrible.
It ain't got to be we're talking about two people with a public platform who got cheated on and how they presented themselves to the media. The exact same thing. Whether he was the president or he was a person with 1 million followers, it's the same thing. The woman has to have a certain level of respect for herself. And she came out here and looked like, this man broke me.
Well, it's not about
He
her.
broke
We
me.
already made it clear. It's not about her. It's about him, right? So the whole thing is about him. We already
Listen,
off the fact she came up there with a bondage.
Broke her, and she showed up like who did it and why. And you can't make no bones about that. We watched Will Smith cry on national television about what happened to him, and we clown that man. But at least showed up, and he showed up looking like I'm a person who ready for what's about to happen. He didn't show up like we pulled him off the corner somewhere, hiding behind a trash can. And that's how she came out there. So that's why she justified people like, oh, it's okay, Derek. You should have cheated on her. She don't even care enough about herself to take her bonnet off, to put her outfit on, to say something for herself. She's sitting here looking like she's a broken woman who has lost all of her confidence.
And maybe she has.
Okay.
Well, that's why now she doing the interview, so she ain't broken no more. They put a little pieces back
together. It's her bounce back. She had to get her shit together.
She had to get up. Yeah, she had to get her mind right, and now she out there talking about it. So now this is where the context gets different, because now she tells her side of the story. Now, from her side of the story is something that we could talk about on another show, because it's going to go for a while. I'm going to be honest with you, because it just happened this week. She has like a 2-part of her interview, and man, she letting it out. So we could talk about that again, because, like another show, because she's going to be trending again next week, because that's how deep it get, because of the fact of millions of women were listening to this guy. Millions of women were listening to this guy. Women were going home and putting dudes out that got jobs.
Based off of this dude.
A dude that got a job. Listen, a dude that got a job that's trying his best after he had those women going home. Saying, yo, you gotta go because you ain't paying everything. Like, yo, you gotta go because you ain't doing this.
He ain't had him doing shit.
Y'all. Well, listen, he might not have had him do it, but the energy, I guess, that they were getting off of his content put the battery in their back. Just like you know how it goes, CJ. A lot of people out here, you know how it goes. People get triggered. People get triggered off of stuff. They don't even be thinking. They just don't even think about the meaning of the word. I remember one podcast we were talking about how we hate people make up their own definition for words. What does Webster say that this word means? Not you.
Right. Your interpretation and the definition is two different things.
Two different things. And that's why we saying, like, right now, like, yo, it's two totally different things. Yo, this dude was
it does, but it doesn't. Like, I feel like in this particular situation, because we have to understand we can't address every situation the same. I think in this particular situation, the life that he was living don't negate, and this is just from the content that I watch just now. Some of the shit, like, we have to understand what advice is meant for us. Now, that advice, minus the life that he was actually living, is for people that can afford, like you say, like, men, you should take care of all the bills and all this other weird social content shit that we got going on. It's some men out there that got the social status too. I don't need my woman. If you work, that's fine. Whatever your money. But I this is me, and I'm gonna take care of it. So I mean, every advice ain't for everybody. Every advice ain't for everybody. That's just what it is.
No, that's a fact.
That was triggered, just like you say. You got people that's triggered, and they took that shit and they try to make it as close.
They went home and they put dudes out.
Yeah, to put dudes out. I wouldn't do no shit like that. Your advice is good advice, but it ain't good advice for me. Your advice is good advice, but it's not good advice for everybody. It's only good for those of which it apply. If it don't apply, let it fly.
Let it fly. But yeah, that's what they did. They went home and made the dudes fly out. Yo,
and now he's single.
Man,
and this man working a job. He's working a job and he's busting his ass while he's out.
Fly away.
And they were playing that song for a while. Yo, listen, they was putting people out. Dudes was getting put out left and right. CJ over this dude, man. He got millions of followers, yo. Like female followers, yo. And they were dedicated to him, yo. They were buying t-shirts like from him that used to say stuff like, yo. No, I ain't even gonna say it because you're gonna think I'm trying to be funny, because I was gonna say, yo, wear your bonnet to the side. But he was wearing But
nah,
no,
dude was like, they got a meme with him. Like, if my girl's cheating on me, I'm not gonna get mad at her. I'm gonna call the dude and take notes on how I could be a better man. What? What?
listen,
No.
crazy. So this is I wanted to, I had this thing, right? This is why I mentioned Kevin Samuels earlier when we were talking about it. The reason why he coming up alongside, or his content is, I mean, his content has been trending since he passed away. But I mean, it's coming up more now because of this, because people are comparing what's happened to like the way that people are speaking now, like how upfront and blunt people are speaking about the opposite sex. So Kevin Samuels has been trending. Well, he had a video that's out that's been trending the whole week based on all these things that's been happening. So he put up this thing that's called non-red flags when it comes to regards to women. So now earlier, that's why we was talking about the dudes, because I wanted to say this. Now I know we normally get off a little bit right here, but we ain't gonna be on this part long. But I just want us to kind of, I'm gonna read the 9 different things that he said is red flags that men should avoid when it comes to picking their mates. All right. So I'm gonna read them all 9. Now I'm sure we could pick apart a few of them if that's what it takes. But the only reason why I'm saying this is because a lot of these points that he's making is based off of information that has been given from other people like Steve Harvey and all these other things and what they've been doing. What people feel like they've been doing in our society by keeping men and women separated. I mean, that's basically what they've been doing. Derrick Jackson was keeping men and women separated while gathering up all the women that he could to himself. Right? Making dudes put they men out, and then he tell them, "Yo, come over here, and I need you to file these papers for me, and you will be with me." You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so here's the 9 things, all right, that he said that you must avoid from women if you're a man and you're picking a mate. Number 1, she wants to be courted. Now he's saying that courted, like how back in the day when men used to court women in order to date them or to be with them or whatever, where it comes to a thing where he go to this whole ritual with the family and do all these different things, present what he's bringing as far as like how can he provide, you know, all these different things that they would do in order to be with the woman. So he says that. Number 2, if her bonnet don't lean to the side. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No, he says, number 2, if she has a 90-day rule. Number 3, if she's a single mother. Not necessarily single as being a single mother, but not have the child have a relationship with the child and the dad and the mom. So not like a woman that's single, because women, you know, men could pass away. We locked all that other stuff. So he was just talking about based on a single mother who's just raising a child by herself. If she states over and over again that she's a strong, independent woman. Number 5, if she thinks men and women are equal. Number 6, if she's a big-time church girl. Number 7, if she has a lot of single girlfriends. Number 8, if she comes from a group or a bunch of just single women in her life. And number 9, if she has a history of broken relationships. All right.
Everybody has a history of broken relationships,
right?
Everybody.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing. This is why I wanted to say this. Now, when people do these type of this content, when they talk about relationships, right, and they talk about all the different things between men and women. What is this about men? What is this about women? And all these different things like that. A lot of times when it comes down to it, it be conversations like this. It be things like this that go on. And these type of conversations go on amongst men. I don't think these conversations go on amongst women, because How many women do y'all know? And I mean, y'all are ladies, so y'all let us know. Because we don't be on the inside of y'all girl group chats and stuff like that. But are there women having these type of conversations about other women like that? You know what I mean? I don't really think that's a thing that women do, like bringing up 9 different points of why men should stay away from women that act or that live by these 9 different principles. The same way that Fam, on the other hand, was sitting in his car talking about men in that capacity.
Kevin was doing the same thing. Didn't this nigga die fucking a bitch in a hotel or something? Wasn't he? This nigga got found. He was found dead, living the life of the people he was talking about.
What people you was talking about? What people you talking about?
Like, wasn't he like how you a low value man? You because I'm familiar with Kevin.
No. He was speaking for women who felt like they only deserved a man who made a certain amount of money. Like, you know how we was talking last week about preferences versus standards? He was only talking to women who felt like they should have a man that made 6 figures and above. That they shouldn't settle for a man who made less than that. That was his only thing. He was only talking to those type of women. So I don't know about his lifestyle, about if he died, humping chicks. He never said he was, gay or nothing. I don't know. But I think he said he was just mainly talking to women who felt like they deserve a man that make this amount of money. If a man makes anything less than 6 figures, he's not worth her time or her energy and all that other shit. Now, if you go listen to some of his videos, some of them women, boy, woo, they rough. Woo.
Yeah,
they was rough on dudes. They was rough on dudes. That 50, they was like 50,000, 50,000 a year. What is that gonna do for me? I can't do nothing with a man that made 50,000 a year. Oh man, it was crazy.
But it's like barrel at the bottom as women. Like, it's not.
Some of them up there was trying. Well, some of them was up there calling themselves. You know what they was doing? He was letting them rape themselves, CJ.
Yeah,
he was letting
like
them, I heard
themselves. That. Yeah, he would say, "Yo, on a scale of 1 to 10, he's saying you can't say 7. Where do you rate yourself?" And then they just go from there.
And
so when we say, "Yo, I'm a 9, I'm a 10," and he was like, "Yo, so what do you compare? Like, what do you say Beyonce is?" He would ask him that. Is that
like
Beyonce?
On a physical note?
Yeah, that's what they would. Yeah, that's what they would rate themselves. Like, they don't see the women who want a man that only make a certain amount of money. They think they deserve a man based on their physical appearance, not too much on the man. Like, the women don't get up there saying the dude got to have a 6-pack. You know what I mean? But they talk about how much money he got to have. Now, for them, those women say, "I got the looks and the body that a man that the women that were calling him were making it. It was about the way they looked that made them feel like they deserve a man that make a certain amount of money. So it wasn't the other way around. You know what I'm saying?
The audience of women that Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and the women would call in. So it wasn't like he was, you know what I'm saying? See, they would call in.
So they were just putting themselves into that situation.
Yeah. He would have never. Kevin Samuels would have never made money if women just didn't they would really literally go on live with him
and look for this type of validation.
Yeah, like, yo, I feel like I deserve a man that makes 6 figures, and he would say why. And then he would ask him a question like, well, what does a man that makes that amount of money? What does he need? What does he want? What does he look for in a mate?
Right. What value do you add to his life?
Yeah, they could never answer. They would say, well, a woman that look good. And he was like, yo, I'm around these dudes. They don't care about that. Like you were saying earlier, you got to find out what the dude wants in a woman, not just the fact that he make a certain amount of money and you look a certain way. But yeah, so that was his thing. But only reason why I wanted to bring up those 9 things, because as y'all being women yourselves, y'all know other women. Like we do. We know other dudes. You know what I'm saying? We know other dudes, y'all. And I know y'all know other women. Do y'all think that those are non-valid points? That if y'all had to tell y'all sons, would y'all look at y'all sons in a way and say that he need to avoid women that carry these 9 characteristics? I'm going to read them over again. You know what I'm saying? It's not personally about how y'all feel as women personally about y'all, but do y'all think in regards to men and, you know, going to date women, and if y'all got sons, I know CJ, you do got a son. So, and then you do too, Tamika. So,
Stepson, yep.
stepson, right? So, in the event that you got to talk to them about that, because you already know how these girls out here doing nowadays. They just trying to get meals and all. You know how it go. So, these are the 9 things. And she wanted to be courted, number 1. Number 2, she has a 90-day rule. Number 3, she's a single mother, which means that she doesn't have a relationship with the dad and the child doesn't either. She's a strong, independent woman. She thinks men and women are equal. She's a big-time church girl. She has a lot of single girlfriends. She comes from a line of single women, and she has a history of broken relationships. Now, we know broken relationships come with men and women. That's universal.
Yeah.
I don't think that deems like, oh, stay away from these. Like, no, don't.
You wouldn't tell your son to stay away from women who have these particular thought processes, is what you're saying.
That I am correct. Like, if it's just based off that alone, no. Because why would I sit here and tell my son, hey, don't go after a woman that come from a line of single women, where when your mother came from a line of single women, but my lifestyle doesn't necessarily reflect the lifestyle that I've been growing up with. Like, my grandma raised me. It's nothing but women in our family just about. So it's nothing but a bunch of strong, independent Black women. And
you changed it though, right?
You
changed it.
Right.
You changed it.
Right. I changed it.
And so your son got to look at you though. He can't look at them.
I understand, but you can't say that and then be like, oh, don't come from women that come, because if you're looking at her, I mean, you're looking at her family's line or lifeline, you're judging it based off that. You can't do that, because that's like somebody doing the same thing to me when I made her like a bandit. I made different decisions. So you can't do that. You can't say, because I'm a strong, independent woman, because you have to understand, yet again, I was too like that once upon a time. But it had to take for certain situations to humble me, to shut me the fuck up, and to show me otherwise in order to humble me, or to shut me the fuck up.
Somebody got you to do what? Somebody got you to shut what?
Okay.
What you mean? No, I'm just saying.
I heard that wrong.
When the first thing happened to me, I had to check myself like, baby.
Oh, yourself. Okay.
Well, I get your point, CJ. But I'm saying though, like, there's women who are not going to humble themselves.
Right, but you still have to. But at that point, in order for you to understand and for you to know for a fact, that's when it hits that intimate level of actually, you don't have to build a relationship, but see that person for who the fuck they are. That's it. I'm not going to judge you based off of, oh, this is your family. Oh, this how you act. Because how I know that the reason you're not acting like this is because you did put faith in a whole bunch of people's hands or a whole bunch of men's hands. And then you've been put in situations where they let you down because you did give them the benefit of fact, or because you was trying to give them, the X, Y, and Z. And because they let you down, I mean, people not going to leave themselves open but so much. After a while, they will close themselves until they can find somebody that they trust, or that they, that puts them in that fucking place, whereas they able to let them boundaries and let that shit back down. So I'm not going to judge you based off of that. Now, if that's your stance and like you don't learn through none of your action, like if it's on that type shit and it's like my body, my choice, and you're like, you wanted them type bitches, then you need to stand clear, because she don't see shit outside of, she don't listen to shit in between. I mean, that's not in between her fucking ears. She only gonna listen to herself. She don't want his shit. So that's difference.
So, but that's something that he gonna have to figure out, right? But he gotta be.
He gotta figure out.
But he gonna have to be on alert though, because he's saying these are red flags. So he gonna have to be on alert. But let me ask you this then. Mm-hmm. All right. So this, Tamika, let me ask you this one then. She thinks men and women are equal.
I mean,
now we talking about like, all the way. We talking about all the way around, because you know how this new, it's this new generation of women. They be barking like they dudes. They try to act like, and it's not the case. So I'm saying, like, now remember, we talking about from you talking to your son, stepson, little brother, nephews, whatever. Like, what do you think about that one being a red flag or not? That she thinks that men and women are equal, because we're not. I'm not saying about who better than the other. I'm saying, but we're not equal.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Personally, I don't see how that's a red flag. I don't, because what is that going to make her do because she thinks that men and women are equal? Like what does that
what does that do?
Like,
what is it harm?
Yeah.
Like what's I need more.
I don't understand.
She's not gonna submit because she feels like she's equally capable of being the leader of the relationship. So she's not gonna submit.
So that's another thing.
And then submit only means to cooperate. And I think that a lot of times that people take the word submission and they look at it as a form of like, I gotta put on this bonnet. Yeah.
Because that's how most men carry it. That's how most.
No. I don't think it's how men carry it. I think that's the way that the word is, the connotation behind the word. I think the word, it's just like crypto. It's like when people think about cryptocurrency, the connotation behind the word crypto or occult. Let's think about things that people say that are occult. Like just the word occult puts people in a space where they think it's evil when the word only means things that are hidden. It has nothing to do with evil, but it's the connotation of the word, I think, that people look at submission as a form of slavery. But I think that's where it comes from. It has nothing to do with what it means. It means cooperate. That's what it means to the leadership of the person that you are bound to. That's why that has nothing.
I think that what the problem is when you're in a relationship, when you it's okay to look at it as, and I'm going to explain. I don't want nobody chewing my head up before I can explain. It's okay to look at it as an equal because you as a man, you may be the head of the household. You are the leader, you are the provider, you are all of that. But when it comes to shit that happen up underneath the roof that you live in, you don't. That's not your role. That's your wife's fucking role. You are there as the enforcer. Wait, hold on. You are there as the enforcer. If she in there, like you can't be making all the decisions outside the household. And you come in here and you try to make all the decisions inside the household. That's not your lane. That's your wife's lane. So you have to submit. And maybe I'm explaining this incorrectly, but because I had the same conversation with my husband, and he even had to come to at the end of the day, like he understands he's the head of the house. He runs it. He already know that's not a question. But when it comes to shit that happen up underneath this roof, baby, that's my lane. When it comes to certain decisions that I make, when it comes to certain shit up underneath the roof, that's my decision, and you enforce it. Even when it comes down to disciplining the kids. I say, hey, I need y'all to do X, Y, and Z. He not gonna turn around and say, well, because I'm the head of the house or I'm the man of the house. No, they're gonna do this. No, mommy said this. Now, if your mother said this, then go and do what the fuck. Like he enforces the rule. So in that sense,
that's why we said submission means to cooperate. See, now that's the thing about what I'm talking about words. See, that's how now I'm not saying nothing about what you just said. I get that. But no, when it comes down to the roles that's being played in the household, it's not. I don't like what you do and how y'all run it is personal. That's on y'all, and I get that. It's nothing but respect. But what I'm saying is that's cooperation. That's not the fact of a person saying, "Yo, I run it outside the house." No, outside the house is not where a man runs his household. He runs the household inside the house. So that can't be a woman's place inside the house to just run the household because she in the house. No, both of y'all, if y'all both are outside the house, y'all run whatever y'all run outside that house. Because as a woman or as a man, y'all have your own purpose. And I think we talked a little bit about this last time. Like when people get together, like when two people get together, they're supposed to walk alongside each other. There's not supposed to be one person in front of the other. Right. And so you walk alongside each other. So that means that you come with a purpose. So there's no one person that should be just a person that tells everybody what to do. It should be a person that is able to make a final decision, but it should not be that. Just like the woman in your life or the man in your life, if they're not free to be who they're supposed to be, you're not with the right person. I'm not saying none of y'all here. I'm just talking about in general.
Right.
We're not supposed to be holding each other back. So anything that happened outside of this, outside of the house, like for example, if you own a business, CJ, Mika, you own one, Kev, you own one, I own one. That's whatever goes on outside that house. So, and then our significant others and all these other people, partners, they can have their own thing too. run it. You know, or even at work, like some of y'all, you know, people are supervisors and managers at their job where they tell people what to do. But when you come home, just because you the wife or you the, no, that don't work. Yo, you leave work at work. You get what I'm saying? But under the roof, we compromise. It's called cooperation. That's what submission comes about with cooperation. A person gonna have to make a final decision, but it's cooperation. But like I said, people don't even run their relationships with cooperation. Most people don't even understand their partner's love language to understand how to balance out that. That's a whole nother show, though. We talk about that another time.
So the equality part, we know it's not a bad thing. That's what we have with
no,
it.
it's supposed to be equal, like in the sense of like
right.
You know, when you run the household, like it's supposed to be cooperative.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I shouldn't have to yell at you. You shouldn't have to yell at me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, when it comes down to the children, every adult need to be the disciplinarian. I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that whoever running the house differently is that, but I mean, it should be that. If a person going to provide as an adult, everybody should provide, or we come up with assets that's going to help provide. That's just the bottom line. Like the shit that our grandfathers and great grandfathers and them used to do, that shit wasn't fly. Because when my great grandfather died, my great grandmother ain't know how to do shit. Because my grandfather did everything. So then she had to rely on the man to get by, and then that man put her in a position because she had kids and all that other shit. That back in the day shit did not work. I get it. Yeah, the man paid everything. He took care of everything. I get all that, but that shit was corny. I'm gonna be honest with you. Because if you think about the way that we talk about tradition, when men had to present assets, come on, you had to present assets. I mean, everybody had to cooperate in that sense. Now it wasn't just you. I had to bring cows, goats, and shit. Fuck out of here. Like just to take you out here by the well. I had to come bring chickens and shit.
Yeah.
I have 3 goats.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, them goats got to be fed. They got to be brushed. They got to be I ain't just bring you some random shit. I had to take care of. I had to bring you that, yo. That now these dudes, and then when we got into that generation of the man takes care of everything, and then left our grandmothers out here with that dumbass shit. Now we got these bum ass step grandfathers and shit.
No, that's fine.
Bum ass step grandfathers.
No, yeah, man. Like the dudes just using our, because they had the house, they had assistants. And these dudes out here drinking and shit, they just using our our grandmothers and shit inside to post up, and they don't give a fuck about her kids. They up there touching the kids and all the kind of shit. Right. Getting her extra pregnant, you know how that shit go. And then grandma ain't know how to do nothing, yo, because she don't pay nothing.
She was only told how to fetch for a man so that the man could take care of everything.
Yeah, man. And then now she had to allow another dude to come in, and he had to be the, like bum ass step grandfather. I'm dead eye.
Well,
and a lot of us have to.
Well, like Derek Jackson always says.
Yo, I promise y'all. Yo, CJ, I promise you, man. Go look at this shit, yo. Next week,
watch about 5
we'll talk about it. But you gotta. I want you to just watch the interview of him coming clean about everything and her in that bonnet. I get it. I know you represent bonnets, but no. I just think that it had nothing to do with her look. I don't think it had nothing to do with how she looked. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I do. Because if you look at her in these new interviews, she cleaned up. I mean,
she compared to the body.
But look, but compared to,
I didn't even see it. So
yeah, she looked better than the bonnet.
Y'all gotta look at it, yo. Y'all gotta look at it, yo. Because you gotta think about it. She wasn't ugly, and then if her personality matches that, then she would have been, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I could see how she would be a catch. But I'm just saying,
she's educated. She's a catch.
But from the interview, son, y'all gotta check that out, man. Like for real, y'all go out there and check it out, man. Just let's see. But next week, I got something else I want to talk about, yo, because I ain't get to it tonight. You know what I mean? Because another thing about Tyrese, now we was talking about him last week about the girlfriend. Now y'all know that his ex-wife won all his money in court, but do y'all know that she's a online influencer now, where she's giving men advice about women?
Oh yeah.
Do y'all know that? Like she literally just got a bag from leaving her husband because she wanted to. He ain't do nothing. Look, he ain't do nothing. He ain't cheat on her. He ain't beat her. He ain't do nothing.
She was just like, I'm done.
Because she wanted to. And now she is an online influencer, y'all.
Delusional.
Yikes. Well, anyway. Hey y'all know how we do, man. So listen, that tonight we're gonna leave it there, yo, because we got a lot of stuff that we said tonight for all y'all that jumped on. I see there's a bunch of y'all that jumped on live. Thank y'all for jumping on. For those of y'all that's gonna watch the playback, those of y'all that's gonna listen to the audio version. I mean, I want y'all to leave some comments, man. Y'all do leave comments, you know what I mean? But y'all leave some comments and let me know what y'all think about what we said tonight, man, because I mean, it was a lot of perspectives that we said about the whole scenario. And I know a lot of y'all that's watching and listening has kept up with the story. Y'all got y'all own. But the reason why I wanted to talk about it was not too much about worrying about other people's business, but it's about how we are separated. We're separated on all aspects, y'all. Like in our community, we keep finding and keep coming up with ways to keep us separated. And it's so corny, y'all. Like everything they do, like every time I turn around, it's this versus that. This ain't this, and this is better than that. And it's so corny, y'all. Finding ways to separate us versus us finding ways to come together the way that we need to. Because these other people coming together. Look at the governor of California. Oh man, I wanted to talk about that too. The governor of California, yo, this dude is blatantly saying to y'all, listen, I'm getting rid of the First Step Act. If I become president, I'm getting rid of all that. Ain't no justice reform. Y'all slaves. He don't even want black people in Florida. Like the governor of Florida, like this dude was coming up with all kinds of rules. They can't. You can't teach about black history. You can't do like he's running amok with this shit, y'all. And he's trying to take Trump supporters because he knew Trump used, I guess everybody thought that Trump was a racist, and he's been using that as a means to win. So now he's trying to be super racist. So what I'm saying to you, other states are following behind it. Oregon, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that they're doing, y'all. If y'all don't pay attention, I mean, if the people out here that's listening and watching and not paying attention to the signs, man, I don't know what more y'all gonna do, y'all. It's not gonna flash in neon lights, y'all. But it's so bold and vivid and bright of how much they're trying to keep us separated for a reason. So y'all just got to figure out what the reason is. And once we do, then y'all know why we need to stick together, y'all. But with that being said, that's our show for tonight. Double salute to all of y'all that listen, everybody that jumped on. Kev, we gotta make sure like next week we're gonna make sure we get
be stationary.
So we can get more commentary from you, man. But as always, I enjoy talking to y'all, man. CJ, you always be jumping out the window. I love it, y'all. It's so dope. But before we go, y'all know how we do, man. Let the people know what y'all got going on, what's coming up, or what they need to know about y'all, man.
And we got www.preview.career. Again, it is a AI matchmaking job seeking website. Yeah, I got it. They pretty much help. They pretty much help with job placement, job culture. It pretty much help eliminate the hassle of vague job descriptions. Just make sure you're not wasting your time. You go into these interviews, think you're doing one thing, and these people done sprung some different shit up on you, or the culture ain't with you where you thought it was at. But check out Preview again, www.preview.career. Sign up for the waiting list. We'll send you more information, and then I'll be getting back to y'all with a new job venture or new venture called Shape Shakers. I'll touch more on that once I get everything up and running. But yeah, I'm trying to do some big shit, y'all. So support.
Shape Shaker. Oh God, I don't even. Yo, the name alone, I cannot imagine what this is going to do.
It's a fitness boutique.
I'm sure. Shape and shaking. Like this is crazy. What up, Meek? What you got going on, yeah? Tamika, you with us?
Yeah, my bad. My mic went out. Yeah. Follow me on Facebook. I got a lot of shit going on. Follow me, Tamika, Monique, Levy, my whole government. Look me up and check me out.
All right, back. Kev, what's good, y'all?
Yo, y'all know who it is. Catch me on any social media site. Okay, bye, Tamika.
All right, Tamika. You too, like that, yo.
Oh
I said my drop. I'm out. Like,
yeah, like yo, I got
damn.
my shit off. I'm out of here. Like,
I'm out of here.
Yo, she just like a little dude, yo. One night stand, yo.
Right. I'm like, you know,
Damn,
can I
I
at
feel
least
like
call
I got
you
a
tomorrow?
bonnet on, yo. Yeah,
You know, put my bonnet to the side.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, oh, she's back.
Yeah, she back.
What-
She got blacked out on us and shit.
Yeah, my bad. Technical difficulty.
Yeah. So Illy I am on most platforms. Look me up. A lot of things coming up. You know, June's gonna be a very exciting month. July is gonna be even better. So y'all just be on the lookout.
Yeah, man. And yeah, we got a bunch of content dropping, man. I got 5 on it in June. We got 2 of those. June is gonna be a really popping month, man. You know, a lot going on, man. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to check us out, the Collective Visions on Facebook. And if y'all need to just get anything, like to find out all the links so you don't have to look around, just go in the link tree right here. Boom. Y'all can click on the link so you can get to everything. You can get to the YouTube channels, you can get to the Facebook page, you can get to Instagram, and you can check out everything that we got going on because we got a lot going on. And the content, we appreciate all of y'all that's checking out the content. The shorts are really rolling out. So thank y'all. All the people that watch the playbacks too of the shorts of the podcast, man. Y'all doing y'all thing. Oh, and Sparking Conversation. We're no longer on Team Collective TV. We have our own channel. Sparking Conversation has its own YouTube channel. Tonight is our first live stream on Sparking Conversation. We separated it for a reason. I wanted to separate it for a lot of things because of the way that we run the content with the podcast. It's doing really good, man. And I want to keep it from the other things because we talk about serious things on here as well as we joke around. But as far as the content, the comedy, and the funny stuff, and the music and all that, that need to be over there by itself. Over here, when we talking, we chopping it up, it need to be in a place where people can consume this information. So thank y'all. We got 3 subscribers already. We've only been up for like a day and a half or 2 days. As far as the channel is concerned, and we've already got hundreds of views on things. So it's going to pick up. So thank you for all of y'all who've been supporting the podcast over on Team Collective TV. Now we got our own channel. Sparking Conversation has its own channel on YouTube. So subscribe, hit the notification bell so y'all know when we drop. We drop it every day. I got clips dropping every day on that channel. And yeah, man, so we lit. Every week, y'all know we on here. So every week we got a new episode. So this is what we doing, y'all. We're going to keep it going too, man. Oh, and eventually, want y'all to know, we're going to be in studio eventually, yo. Oh, man, it's so dope. I'm working on everything. The location is going to be fly. I mean, we putting it together. We will be in studio. We will be on location. We're going to take the podcast to the next level. Yeah, man, we're serious about this, man. We're going to keep it going. You know what I mean? We're going to really make some shit shake with it, man. So thank y'all all for supporting. Thank y'all for watching everything that we do. And until next time, man, this is your boy Ra1. That is C-Double. That is Mika. And that's my boy Cab Illy. And yo, we'll see y'all on the next one, man. Y'all hang out there. Y'all stay focused. Oh, and remember, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will, y'all. Word up, y'all. So peace, y'all. Yeah.